everyone, and welcome to Awaken Angels. I am Stephanie Lodge, your angelic host. I'm so excited to bring you here to this first podcast, vlogcast. What do they call this now? Anyway, so actually, this isn't quite my first episode of Awaken Angels because I have done another series years ago that I did called Awaken Angels that some of you may remember. But for now, I'm going to say, we're moving in a new era, right? We're moving into a time where there's just a lot going on. What can I say? There's a lot going on. I am really ready for us to go to another level of reality, and I'm going to do my best to get us there. I'm going to do my best to bring in some harmonics, meaning high harmonic consciousness, bring in heightened awareness, bring in some healing. Why not? And just give you a little bit of a taste of what I do with my Angelic Academy work, which is my educational platform, as well as what we are doing inside my community known as the Angelhood. Okay, so first of all, I might have guests on the show. I haven't decided yet. This is my first one, so we'll be just winging it. I know the puns keep coming. But I want to say this. Tonight, when I'm recording this, it is September 9th, the 9/9/2024. I have just finished a roughly 2-hour gate installation of something I called the Diamond Earth Gates. These are 12 different portals or gates around the world that are going up. And this is our second in the series. Now, the first one was on the 888, right? 2024 is an 8 vibrationally or numerologically, and it reduces down to an 8. And so on the 888, on August 8th, 2024, we installed the Diamond Lion Gate because it is known as the Lion's Gate portal. And I thought, we'll keep this tradition and open up the series with the Diamond Lion. And the Diamond Lion Gate is something that was brought to my attention a while back, the Diamond Lion vibration. And this is essentially the Christed light, Diamond light, same idea, consciousness around courage, around our sacred heart, around just elements that you would say come into being like lion-hearted, brave-hearted, trusting ourselves better, all of that. So this gate went up at about 6 p.m. Pacific, I believe, was that the time? I'm pretty sure. Don't hold me to that. On again, 8/8, and we put that gate in Jerusalem. And it was a very special gate because we were clearing out a lot of the souls that are in that state, in that space, in the general region, that are kind of lost and wandering and not sure what's happened because they transitioned so quickly. So we ushered out quite a bit of souls that were stuck, basically. And then we brought in a lot of energy of light and worked with the Lyran councils, because of course the Lyran, feline, lion, all of that's connected. And yeah, it was a really powerful gate. People really enjoyed it. And so tonight we did the Diamond Eagle Gate. Now this one was different. This one was in Mount Shasta. It had Archangel Michael aligning it because Shasta is very connected to Michael. And Archangel Michael and Lady Faith both appeared for that. And also the Diamond Eagles, of course. And these are really majestic, powerful spiritual beings. And so all of it was to put this massive vortex portal. If you ever remember this idea of Archangel Michael kind of like vacuuming you, right? Vacuuming things out. It's kind of like, imagine we're installing a giant vacuum spiraling out on the planet. So yeah, busy. We did a lot. And what was really interesting is right after we, like literally the minute that broadcast completed, one of our participants had a ship captured on film in Sedona. They saw a ship come out of the moon. And then what was really fascinating is kind of like a wink from Yeshua, who was also part of this experience. He brought in a video for me to see that was this man's, near-death experience, but it had to do with September 9th. And I went, that's interesting. And what Yeshua had to say about it. I was like, we'll check this out. So I did, meaning I watched it. And he gets to this point in this video, and I posted this in my Angelhood within the group that did the experience, that on the September 9th, 2024, there would be a massive portal opened and it would change humanity. I'm not going to say it was mine, but maybe, right? And ours, I should say, not mine, but ours. But, there's other facilitators doing things on the planet. So I'm sure a lot of us were tapping into the 9/9 energy, but we definitely opened a massive portal through Shasta. No question. So what I want to talk about is that there's a lot of energy I've encountered over the years, and even recently, people kind of defaming, let's call it, or just saying things about Archangel Michael and other archangels, that there's something wrong or something inverted or there's somehow negative in some way, or we need to be worried about them. And this is what happens when we perceive angels solely as beings. And part of my mission, when I started becoming an angelic light stream and really working at that and becoming very clear and present and clear cognizance, clear knowing through the work that I do, it became very apparent to me that angels are not what we think they are. Yes, they can take on a holographic structure. They can project themselves really as anything. But to me, it's mostly a currency, an energy, right? That's flowing to us, that's animating us, that's giving us life. And that's why I teach a celestial embodiment. It's really about bringing that light into us. Now, if we take Archangel Michael, Michael to me is the sapphire light. And the sapphire light is what makes us feel safe and secure in our own bodies. It is what makes us feel really present and accounted for as life force. It's very much about feeling supported and feeling enough and feeling that something has your back and a sense of love that's ultimate love, unconditional ultimate love. And so when someone tells me that Michael's somehow, betrayed God, or, these things that people come up with for clickbait, basically, I just think, no, because that would be as if God made a mistake, that somehow God needs to cut off a limb. I mean, it's an aspect of God, right? This is a stream of consciousness that comes off that Godhead. It is the fountainhead of all source. It is life force. It is constantly flowing. It doesn't make decisions about being for or against us and this is very human ego behavior. And so to put that upon or project that upon an angelic life force is folly, frankly. It's naive, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. So does that mean that people have not co-created with light and done some really interesting things with it? Of course. But if you are tuned into your heart, frequency doesn't lie. And the heart reads frequency. If you really know how to if you learn how to read frequency, you will know how to navigate life much better. Because if you think you're going to get through the labyrinth called these years that we're heading into with your mind alone, you're just going to think your way through it, logic, reason your way through it. Think again. It's not how this is going to work, because you're going to need to navigate these waters that are going to be very challenging for the mind through the heart. You're going to have to drop into the heart. I know that's scary for some of you. I know it's like, oh, Steph, there's trauma in there. It's like a minefield. There's the mind field and then the minefield of the heart. I get it. But what I can say to you is it's imperative. It's imperative now to really travel through this. This is the helm of your ship. And everything out there right now is going to do its best to keep you out of there. How? Because it's going to drop you into fear and confusion. Chaos creation is no joke right now. And guess what? Your heart's going to, I don't know. And the minute you say, I don't know, you just took this out of alignment. It is no longer present and central axis accounted for. The spin state is all off every time you say, I don't know. So really get clear on clearing that out of your vocabulary and getting back to, I'm not aware of it in this moment. Let me check. Okay. Different language, different intention. Now, One of the things I work with clients on a lot of the time is their spin state. I talk about this, and if you're a student of mine, you'll hear this a lot, where I say, okay, let's correct the spin state of your heart. Let's see if your heart's, in correct order and correct alignment. And a lot of times, people will look at the heart as a chakra, as a wheel, spinning one direction or the other direction, very linear, doing its thing. And that's, I'd like to say, kind of PC versus Mac, right? It's kind of old operating system. We have a new operating system. And the new operating system has to do with kind of more like a quantum computer. Okay. You're existing many places simultaneously. And this is the central hub for that. This is how you tune into all versions of you, every parallel reality, every aspect, every station, every dimension, however you want to call it. And I prefer station. So the heart is going to be the epicenter of what we master. This is where humans are really coming into self-mastery, is in the heart. You can read all sorts of books. You can learn all sorts of knowledge from books from others who've figured things out for them. But what is most appropriate for you is what is coming hot off the press, what I call living light, not static stationary light that's been stationed or documented or recorded, but living light, hot off the press light, right? That you are tuned into, that you are receiving, that when you ask the question, what do I do today? Should I go to that meeting? Should I date that person? Any question, you get the answer direct. You're not relying on anybody else. You're not giving your authority away to any other person or document, knowledge, right? You're just getting it straight from what I call the ultimate creator of your soul. Because that creator knows, the soul knows, and that creator knows. Okay. So how do we know when our spin state is off, when our heart is off? You might feel really kind of discombobulated, like, again, the I don't knows come up a lot more than normal. And I'm talking about things that aren't even that important. Somebody says, hey, where do you want to dinner? I don't know. You just immediately respond that way. That's where the heart's off. Something's off. Okay. You got to get in there. Got to clear it up. And then other indicators might be a depression of sorts, lack of joy, feeling like you're not really making the decisions that you normally would make, right? It seems like you're making these decisions that seem a little off for you. And people are going, what's going on? If you're getting a lot of people asking you how you're doing, then you know that something's going on and it's worth checking into, right? Now, how do you adjust it? There's a couple ways to do this. One is self-adjustment, okay? And I do this through something I call the halo method. Now, you're going to hear me talking about the halo a lot on this show. The halo is something that I've been teaching for quite a few years, since 2010, I think. It's gotten refined over the years. I've picked up some tips and tricks from different people I've met along the way that have shown me different things they do. And I'm like, oh, that seems kind of neat. We'll integrate it. But really, this mechanism is kind of like you're driving a supercar, right? Like a Bugatti or Lamborghini or something, versus, a Lexus or a Honda or whatever. No offense to any car makers, just there's normal, there's the average car, and then there's the supercar, right? There's a difference. Now, what do supercars require? They require better maintenance, better mechanic, better fuel, right? Nuanced little tune-ups, right? You treat it differently. When you treat your system like a supercar, you treat yourself differently. You realize you need more maintenance and support. Okay. So this is not the car that you throw in any fuel and you're going to get from A to B and it's going to ride forever and you don't need to do anything, barely an oil change, right? That type of attitude. That's how most people treat their car. A lot of people, I should say, not most. They just drive it into the ground and then they get a new one and they trade it in. Well, this car, your vehicle called your body, is the only one you're getting. So when you start to acknowledge it like a supercar and you start treating it like that, you start taking better care of it, better maintenance, get some massages some once in a while, get some self-care. We would call that like what, a a buff or a wax, right? Had to be funny. But also, what kind of food are you putting in your body? Are you putting in superfoods? Are you putting in things that are really nutritious and highly dense in their nutrition and organic? Or are you putting, tacos and pizza and burgers and things like that? Nothing wrong with those things once in a while if you want to have like the nostalgic childhood. Oh, I remember these. I love these. I get it. But if that's your main staple of your diet, you have to realize you're not going to run so long. Your car is going to give out. Okay. Just going to be honest with you. So, the Halo method, as I teach it, is where we are working the supercar element from, making sure the engine's right, making sure all the gears are in the right place and those kind of things, and giving you certain instructions on how to drive, how to run your car. Okay. And I teach it through the Angelhood. So you can go to theangelhood.com and you will find something called Halo Healing. And this is an introduction. It's free for you to try it, where you can go there, become a member of the Angelhood. Again, free to join. No attachments. And you have Halo Healing inside and you get to experience it. And you get to go, oh, that's what the Halo method is. I'm going to try that. And you'll get basic understandings of it. If you want to go deeper with it, I have something called the Diamond Halo Circle. This is a private membership group where you do pay for access for a monthly membership. It's about $55 a month, which isn't bad considering you get 90-minute sessions with me roughly for a month, and they're all live. So this isn't like pre-recorded. This is a live interactive group coaching, healing, all of it. Channeling, streaming, if you want to call it, I call it that really. So it's a lot of value really for that. And it's a way to check your halo each week, make sure you're in alignment, make sure nothing's going funky or sideways. And your halo, I just want to share this at least. I call it your holographic assembled light organization. Some people call that holofractal. Same difference in my world. And this is basically like projecting you in a form. It's acknowledging that if you change it at that holographic level, then the form changes. Everything starts as frequency first. And what it does is it harmonically aligns and light optimizes you. So in every moment, it's realigning, and it's a sphere of light around you. Yes, you can measure it somewhat through your auric field, so the aura photography, but really it's much more than that. And it operates in many different dimensions. So it's not really like what you normally would learn about your astral body and your etheric body. It's not like that. It's really not. It encompasses all of that and then some. So when we're operating with Halo, the beauty of it is when you want to work on, let's say, some relationship issue, some self-care issue, or something else going on with you, if you have your Halo activated and you're conscious of it, you're working that issue through all timelines or stations of light that you exist in. That means all past life, future lives, all parallel realities, any of it. So that's the beauty of Halo. It's a little different that way. So I consider it advanced spiritual technology. So I invite you to consider that and check out Halo Healing, and you can learn about the Halo method. You'll get a little cheat sheet introduction on it. And what else can I tell you for this first show? Because we're only doing 30 minutes. Well, I guess what I'll say is these are just some ideas that I wanted to share tonight. This gate that we installed tonight, I was really excited about the Diamond Eagle gate. You can find all the Diamond Earth gates also inside the angelhood.com. And yeah, I felt so good about this gate and that we got this opened. And I feel that it's going to do a lot of really good work to shift the world. And I do highly recommend attuning to it. Now, aside from that, I'm going to do a little bit of a light stream and share a little bit of what I do in this moment, because every show is going to have a little bit of work, meaning light work and celestial healing. And so let's do that. Okay. All right. Let me just adjust myself. Now, Awaken Angels, as you can see here, what this means is it's a wake-up call. It's like, Awaken Angels, let's go. Let's do this, right? Let's get going. It's time. It's time. All right. So this is going to be the catalyst for this show, just to start us out. It's going to be there'll be shows where I do a lot more of this. This show will be a little bit less just because we had a lot more to cover. But yeah, we're going to do a little bit of light work. So here we go. I call forth the angelic light streams of all creation, the celestial councils of living light. Thank you. The sovereign light councils as well, the seraphim, ophanim, cherubim, and Elohim. Thank you. And the diamond light nations of ascension. Thank you. And the Magdalene councils and order of the monarch. Yes, thank you. And the archangelic chamber, securing that through Archangel Metatron, Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Uriel. Did a little twist up on that. All right, thank you. Like shuffling, they're saying. And Archangel Zachiel, can you provide, and Lady Amethyst, provide the Amethyst light stream? Thank you. And this is space for receptivity of all outward data dumping. Anything you want to cleanse, clear, and release. The Amethyst light stream has the violet, ultraviolet to receive that. The other archangels that we brought in, and Archangel Raziel, I'm so sorry. Raziel runs the rose gold for angelic immunity, so we definitely want that. We will get deeper into what these chamber holders hold, what their frequencies are. Some of you will already know, but what's important right now is to get into the medicine of the soul. So let's just get into the stream. Thank you. Halo activate. Please connect me to the ultimate creator of my soul. Thank you. Who would we like to bring in? Yeshua, thank you. So Yeshua stepping in, thank you. Yeshua, please allow me to know your name. It is a beautiful time to be with you. I am grateful and honored to be of service, to support those of you who have volunteered to be here during these auspicious times. They are not easy times. When has Earth ever been easy? So what I would like to honor is the light that you all are, where you come from. Many of you get caught up in who you are in this life, but that is only one facet of the many-faceted heart and light and consciousness that you are. You, I would say, do yourself a disservice if you attach too much to this one personality. You are many. And we don't mean multiple personality. I know there's many out there thinking that, but that is not what I mean. What I mean is you are much more than you give yourself credit for. And it is time for the angels on earth to awaken. Yes, it is time for the celestial warriors of living light to remind others that it is not truly war that you are here to experience. That time is coming to a close. Any planet rising into greater harmonics will eventually give up the feeding energy of the division and the separation that ultimately causes a war within oneself and a war external. Everything you are witnessing right now in your world is the dismantling of the Roman Empire that was very much alive and kicking when I was around. And what I'm going to say to that is, it is a long time coming. It has taken centuries for humans to realize that empire building is not what you are here for. And some of you are still stubborn in believing that it is. That how much you manage to acquire, the buildings, the yachts, the homes, sometimes the people, is not what you came for. This is not a survival of how many objects you hold, how much you own. That is not how you survive. You survive life by finding your true purpose and fulfilling it. And what I mean by survive is vive, life, coming into that place where you are truly plugged in to the current of light that animates your soul. And I can tell you, for I witness many of you who have tremendous success, empty, low voltage, not plugged in, depressed, unfulfilled, and seeking something bigger and larger. And you're not realizing that it is within you. That bigger, larger is already in existence, activated, and you are so large, and yet you believe you are the size of your body. And that is the first mistake. As I tune into all of you who are witnessing this transmission, there are many of you who are in a beautiful harmony with life. There is so much that you are connected to. You hug the trees, you walk on the grass, you ground, and that is perfect. And then there are others who are still caught in the urban cities, and you find it noisy, you find it energetically toxic. And we invite you, or I invite you, to consider that the imagination is a beautiful playground. Explore it more like you were when you were a child, and you will see the world around you shift. You will find opportunities that will show up, that will move you into new arenas of life. Now, upon closing of this transmission, I want to also share this. Your body is a temple. It is also a very, very highly attuned system of immunity. It knows how to self-heal if you get out of the way and you give it the proper nutrition to do so. Many masters have said food is medicine, and they are right, as long as the food has high current, has high light vibration, has completed a photosynthesis cycle is ideal. Is still living is ideal. And we will say that, and I say we because there is more than me here, but I will say that some of you are still operating from a place where light is not your first priority. And my invitation is to please make it your first priority, for that is how you will best self-heal yourself. There is no medicine of chemical importance that is not derived somehow from nature. Those medicines that they sell you are also in your mind. You have a living light pharmacy within you. Use it. Dispense freely. When you feel into the emotion of energy, you can label it B12 and administer it to yourself. And your cells will go, oh, we have some B12. Please also be aware there are energies on this planet that do not have your best interest at heart. They are here to make a buck off of you, and they will sell you everything, and they will sell their souls to do so. Be mindful, but also be heartful and soulful in your decisions. Tune in. Ask your soul, is this right for me? And learn tools to discern, because discernment is what will keep you highly functioning in the coming years as the world changes. Okay. I am grateful again to be with you here during these times. Please call me Yeshua, for that is the name I answer to. That was my name in human life, and that is the current and consciousness that I currently reside in most freely. But truly, I am in many things, for there is so much in the light that is crystallized into form. Remember, you are that too. You are the source of love made manifest into form. You are holy in every way. It is simply the belief that you have been given, that you have borrowed for a while, that says otherwise. But you are remembering being of light. And for that, I honor you. Be well until we meet again. Peace in your heart and love in your soul. Thank you, Yeshua. Okay. Well, we're a little over, but it's worth it. When he comes through, I'm always grateful. And I would like to say thank you for honoring this time with me on the first Awaken Angels. I am Stephanie Lodge, the Angelic Lightstream. They also call me the Hug Angel. So I'm going to just say in this moment, until we meet again, big hug into you, big hug from my heart to yours. And know that, again, until we meet again, I'm hugging you always. Bye for now. Rise and shine.